In this demo, we'll be reviewing how to install a lapped zipper. The seam that you'll be installing the zipper into, you'll want to have 3/4 of an inch to an inch seam allowance. Sew the seam where the zipper will be installed closed. Use a basting stitch, as this seam will be taken out once the zipper has been installed. Once you've reached the point of where the zipper ends, back tack and switch to a construction stitch. Use that to finish stitching the rest of the seam. Once your seam has been stitched, press it open. To install your zipper, you will need to switch to a zipper foot. Now line up your zipper with the seam. The zipper teeth should be directly over the center of the seam. The zipper teeth and pull should also be facing down towards the seam. Pin the zipper to the seam. This will hold the zipper in place for the next step. On the left side of the zipper, we want to pin the zipper tape to just the seam allowance. Pull out the pins that you already put in as you pin the zipper tape to the seam allowance. Notice the pins are only going through the zipper tape and seam allowance. Now fold all the fabric out of the way and stay stitch the zipper tape to the seam allowance. This stay stitching should be done around the middle of the zipper tape. Flip your fabric to the right side and fold back the right side of the fabric, revealing your zipper. Folding the fabric back like this should reveal the seam and also about 1/8 of an inch of fabric beyond the seam. We will now top stitch down to the zipper tape that 1/8 of an inch fabric beyond the seam. Be careful to only stitch in that 1/8 of an inch fabric beyond the seam. Do not stitch over the seam. When you get closer to the zipper head, stop and pull the zipper head down to make it easier to sew past the zipper head. Zip the zipper back up. When you lay your fabric flat again, you will notice the zipper sits a little beyond the seam now. Turn your fabric back to the right side and mark just above the bottom of the zipper. This is where you will start your stitching. Place the needle down right in the seam. You should stitch about 1/2 inch beyond the seam. You may have to stitch further depending on how wide the zipper teeth are. Once you've stitched far enough out, turn your fabric and stitch up towards the top of the zipper. Let the side of your zipper foot glide along the zipper teeth, using them as a guide. Using a seam ripper, open up your zipper lap. You have now installed a lap zipper.